The woman walked through the forest for a full day and night, but couldn't find her way out no matter what. Just as she was on the verge of breaking down, she suddenly spotted a small wooden cabin in the distance. She hurried over to ask for help, banged on the door for ages but got no response. Luckily the door wasn't locked, so the woman went right in. An old radio sat on the table in the room, but there was no one around. The woman didn't have time to think twice, rushed to search everywhere. Finally she found a little food in a bag by the bed. Just then, a man holding an axe suddenly walked in. He entered the cabin, noticed his bag had been opened, and saw the woman hiding under the bed trembling. After a while, the man left again with the axe. Once the woman confirmed it was safe, she slipped out in a hurry, but she hadn't run far when the man blocked her path. Terrified, the woman turned and ran, but tripped and fell to the ground after a few steps. She thought she was doomed this time, but the man didn't hurt her. Instead, he comforted her, telling her not to be scared. It turned out the man's name was Tom. He'd been trapped here 3 days ago, unable to find the exit, so he'd been staying in the small cabin temporarily. He then helped the woman up and took her back, tended to her wounds. The woman said her name was Susan. Yesterday when she and her husband were driving through here, their car had suddenly run out of gas. Her husband went to ask for help nearby, but never came back. When she decided to go look for him herself, she found she couldn't get out of the forest no matter how hard she tried. Tom's experience was similar to Susan's. His car had broken down nearby, and he'd gotten lost in the forest afterward. Hearing this, Susan grew anxious. She didn't want to stay here forever, so she told Tom she wanted to go back to the car and wait for her husband, but it would be dangerous to stay outside. Only the stove in the cabin could keep them warm. Even so, Susan still insisted on checking the car, so Tom accompanied her to the parking spot. After confirming the car wouldn't start, Tom suggested to Susan that she leave a marker here for her husband, then go back to the cabin to wait. By then the sky was getting dark. Susan agreed to the plan. Tom made a simple sign. Susan also left a note on paper. When they left, they took all the blankets from the car with them. While chatting inside the cabin, Tom thought of an idea. He could siphon gas from his own car and put it into Susan's. That way they could drive to look for Susan's husband. Susan agreed, since it was the only option they had. The night passed. The next day Tom headed back to his car early in the morning. Meanwhile Susan, who'd woken up, found a blonde woman lying unconscious at the door. She hurried to carry her inside. On the other side, Tom was carrying 2 buckets of gas back when suddenly a gunshot rang out. He was startled and fell to the ground, spilling all the gas in the process. Tom didn't dare stay, decided to head back to the cabin first. When he got back he saw the blonde woman inside. He asked Susan who she was. The blonde woman said her name was Judy. Tom ignored her and told Susan he'd heard a gunshot outside just now. They might need to prepare something for self-defense. Hearing this, Judy grew suspicious of Tom. She suspected Tom was a perverted lumberjack, specializing in luring women like them. Tom seemed to dislike Judy too. He explained he wasn't a bad guy at all. Judy had no reason to falsely accuse him here. The two ended up having a big argument. The night passed quickly. The next day Tom went out again to look for a way out, leaving markers as he went. Susan and Judy sat outside the cabin chatting, and during this conversation, the two noticed something was wrong.